All right. Good evening, everybody. I'm here with Aaron Taylor Winnings and
What's
myself,
up,
Gary
guy?
Picks. We're gonna give out. I'm gonna give out a UFC play for this coming week, and Aaron is gonna give out a NBA player play for tomorrow night. How's it going, Aaron?
It's going, man. How's it going, Glenn?
Good, good,
How's the
good.
UFC treating you?
Last week was rough, but other than that, it's been pretty good. So,
Unfortunately, we have those weeks, man. It just happens.
man, I bombed on almost everything.
Did you
I mean,
really?
yeah, it wasn't even close. I think I got like one single right, and I got both of my parlays wrong, and then two other singles wrong.
Well,
So
you
yeah,
almost sounds like you're betting on the NBA, man.
no, no, I won't stoop to that. No, but NBA just seems, I don't know, it seems tough, especially this year. I don't know. Are teams sandbagging a
You
little
know,
earlier this year or no?
there's some of that, but there's also these guys are just big wussies. They don't want to get hurt, and they're getting hurt. I mean, they do play hard, but I mean, like Jordan used to play every single game. You know what I
Oh
mean? And who
yeah.
played harder than that? So it's like, what's going on? And almost every team has a top player who's out or out for the season. And it's just gotten to a point where it's almost comical. You know, you don't know who's going to play. Even NBA.com, they're just putting an X next to the starter position now because they don't even know who's, if the league doesn't know who's coming out to play for the teams, that's a problem, So
That's crazy.
that's where the problem lies.
All right, so you want me to go first, or you
Yeah,
want to
go
go?
ahead. Go ahead. I want to hear your
Okay,
format.
well,
Go ahead.
mine might take a minute or two longer than yours, but um, this week's UFC card is actually in Mexico. So obviously being in Mexico, there's going to be a lot of Mexican fighters, uh, and there's a lot of wide favorites. That's what's making the early picks a little tougher on me
Well, I'm
because
going to take notes actually. So
there's literally seven fights that are like at least a minus 300 or higher.
Wow.
So what I did is I've got I got a couple different parlays, and the first one's going to be a couple overs. Um, this one here I got scrolling across the bottom. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to just have it be solid, but I screwed up and pushed something else on accident. So this first one
Perez.
is going to be Eileen Perez versus Chassis Macy Chiasson, and
Ooh.
then Montegro versus Carcaret. Both fights over 2.5 rounds is a minus 150. What I'm going to probably do, but the odds aren't available right now, is I'll take both fights to go the distance, and that'll bring the odds down even farther. That'll
Okay.
probably get it down to like a minus 120 range.
To go the distance. Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
And that's
then
available right now. You're saying this far out, right?
on DraftKings, it just became available this afternoon. Thank God. So,
Beautiful.
yeah. So that's what I already put that one in. And basically, I'm leaning towards Perez winning, but I don't know if I lean that way enough to bet her. She's a minus 180 on the money line.
Nice.
So,
Yeah,
but
don't lean so hard you fall over.
but I like both of those fights to go the distance. And then my second one is going to be two money lines, and I've got Edgar Chairez on the money line, and then Brandon Moreno on the money line. And with the Edgar Chairez fight, basically he's fighting. I can't remember the guy's first name, but his last name is Bunes. And Bunes' only shot is to get a submission or bust, and Chairez is going to piece him up on the feet.
Come back.
So I like Chairez to get the win there. And then Brandon Moreno is fighting Kavanaugh, and Kavanaugh is coming in as a short replacement because the guy that was supposed to fight him backed out. and Kavanaugh is going to probably have about 8 to 10 minutes of cardio. Hey. And then he's going to gas out. And I like Brandon Moreno on the money line also. If you pair those two together, it's a minus 114.
Nice. That's a good number.
Yeah, so those are my two early UFC plays.
And by the way, crew, really quick, and Glenn, this is my sister Elise, just stopped in.
Hi. Nice to meet
Hi,
you.
Elise.
How are you?
So she wanted to see what we were doing.
Yeah.
So we're giving out winning picks, Elise. That's what we're doing.
Winning picks.
Okay. So sounds good, man. That's what is that on, by the way? Is that network? Shows my ignorance on it.
It's on Paramount.
Paramount. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All the fights are free on Paramount now, as long as you got Paramount. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. That's awesome. Actually, it makes it much more accessible.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, Elise. Good seeing you. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, be careful. I got all sorts of equipment down there because I'm a big Bye, Elise.
Bye.
Okay. So that's awesome, Glenn. Sounds good, man. I'm actually going to try to catch some UFC this weekend because, as you know, we're coming close to playoffs times for, NFL's over. Playoff times coming up for NHL and NBA.
Yeah.
So, and who wants to be stuck doing MLB picks all summer, right?
Yeah. I've never had a lot of luck with MLB, so I'll probably only touch that if it's a sweat free or a 50% boost or something like that. Because I'm trying my best, which some odd days I'm not so good at it, to stay away from things that I'm just not good at. But I'm just trying to bet.
That makes a lot of sense.
Just try to be a little smarter at times, which a lot of times I'm not. Like today, I caught myself betting on tennis. But
oh wow! Okay.
Whatever,
I mean, there's another sport though that's pretty much year round, so that's good.
Yeah.
There's a couple sports line experts who actually swear by tennis. So not a bad idea, you know what I mean? But not my cup of tea, and I just don't know enough about it. But that's a great strategy point while we're talking for anyone who's watching this. If you're not dialed in and you don't feel comfortable on something, don't take the bet. I mean, really, just respect your bankroll and your money that way. But speaking of not being comfortable, the NBA. So there are a few good teams left. Actually, there's a couple good teams, and there's one up and coming team, that's the Charlotte Hornets, that I like, and the Celtics. I actually took the Celtics, Glenn, at plus 200. I put a half a unit on it to finish second in the East, and that shouldn't be a problem at all. The Pistons are clearly on top, should stay there, and it might even become get close at one point, but they'll take second place. Boston.
There you go. Yeah.
So in that spirit, let's parlay them together, Charlotte and Boston, and we get negative 116. It's a great price. The Celtics are playing the Suns. The Suns are tanking, it seems. They too have many stars that aren't playing right now. We talked about, you and I talked about how the injuries across the association, just terrible. There's so many guys out for the season, so many guys injured every other night. They're either playing or not playing. You never know until right before the game.
Like last night during their game, I could not believe what the score was going into the fourth quarter. It was like 70 something to 50. There was like 125 points scored going into the fourth, and
they went even break a 150. It looked like, yeah, it was crazy.
They had the over at like 180, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm putting a little bit of money on the under. And I ended up getting lucky, and it came through. And I'm like, that was just. I really thought they both were tanking. Just watching it, I was just watching it on my phone, because I'm like, how is this possible in the NBA for it to be this low scoring? And
there was a couple of 300-point games this year too. That's what's crazy. Yeah. And then that one barely cracked 150. What did it end up like 170 something between them, right?
172 or 3 or something like that.
That's just crazy in today's NBA. Even in the 90s, that would have been a low score,
Right? Exactly.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
But so yeah, it's just much. Hold on, let me just double check something really quick. My number, but yeah, and that's exactly it. I mean, the Celtics are going to be playing those Suns that are slow. They play slow. The Celtics play slow. So that I'm trying to think. The under 2. Well, actually, I'm sorry. The over under on that's 210.5. That's pretty low. I personally would stay away from that. I don't even. Yeah. It actually may go under though. Again, it really might. So, but for sure, Boston will come out the winner. So to parlay it with the Hornets going into Chicago, there's a talk about tanking the Bulls. So they're aptly named this year, the Bulls, as in bull. You know what I'm trying to say. So it's they traded off most of their good players. The guys who are left are doing okay. They played the Pistons 2 nights ago. They were neck to neck with the Pistons the whole game. They looked like they were going to win. I mean, there was a point where they were a couple points ahead, and then the second half, it was like they switched out the teams, and and they ended up getting crushed. At one point, they were down by almost 30-something points. It was crazy, or close to it. It was just ridiculous, and so it just seems like they're like, whoa, pump the brakes. Really looked like that. Of course, I'm not going to, speculate or create a controversy, but yeah, it's weird. Let's just say that it's not cool sometimes. But there's a couple safe things. That's one right there. Hornets money line, Celtics money line. Put them together. -116. That's a great price. Definitely putting a unit on it at least.
All right, sounds good. All right, I don't know if you have anything else to add or
just have a great week.
Yeah,
make some money. Take it slow. Oh, well, while we're on the topic, NBA. I'm 5-0 this weekend. I gave out 3 picks yesterday, 2 on Saturday. Hit all 5. But I've altered my what I do, my plan with it. I don't do team total overs anymore. I don't do point totals over anymore. And I look at props unders more often than I do overs. So you just have to adjust. In every bet, one is always going to win, the under or the over. So one of the teams are going to win. The over, the under, is going to win. So you just got to look for those opportunities, but proceed with caution. That would be my only advice. Definitely proceed with caution.
All right, there we go. All right, and if anyone's watching this, please give a like and
subscribe, and follow.
And if you're not following either one of us, please do it. It'll help us out. And,
it's free to do it.
All right, I'm gonna end this, but you and I can chat for a second afterwards.
All right, brother.
All right,
appreciate it. Sounds good.